What's up, guys? It's Polar Sizey here. Today I'm going to be telling you guys some tips and tricks that I use to make my aim better in Infinite Warfare or any Call of Duty in general. It all basically works the same. This is just the tactics that I use. I mean, I'm sure there's probably millions of different ways to get your aim better and stuff, but this is what I use to warm up in my game and what I do in my game to make my aim better overall. So first off, I'm going to talk about what you need to do while you are playing more than just the warm-up. So basically, there's two things that are major keys to just being on target more than actually aiming, and that is centering and pre-aiming. If you guys know where the person is, centering means you have your crosshairs, well, not your crosshairs, but whatever it is whenever you're not aiming down your sight, but that little general area, you need to have your gun pointing towards where you think the person is going to come from. So like if you're walking through a door around a corner, you want to have it somewhere around like the chest area of a person. You don't want to be looking at the ground or looking at the sky whenever you come around the corner and then finally see the person, and you're not going to be on target. So you have to have centering, which whenever you think somebody's going to be in a certain area or possibly in a certain area, you want to have your gun pointing that way, that certain way. Number two, and this goes along with centering too, basically, but this time you need to pre-aim. If you were like basically whenever I go around a corner, I pre-aim almost every single time. Any corner, any area that I think somebody is going to be at, I just instantly pre-aim. And the same way with jumping. If I'm in the air, most of the time whenever I'm going into a room or something like that, I'm trying to pre-aim corners and stay in the air before the person even sees me. So if you want a jump shot is basically like a really big thing. So you want to be in the air or in places that they're not going to really notice you coming from and pre-aim. Just pre-aim the corner or the ground if you're in the air, I guess, but wherever you think a person's going to come from or anything like that, center and pre-aim that certain area. Alright, so now we're going to get into the actual warming up and how to warm up in a game or in a bots game or something. That's because that's normally what I always do whenever I get on Call of Duty. The first thing I do is hop into a custom match, play some bots on these rules, and before I even touch the multiplayer playlist, because I want to make sure I go in, keep my KD high, my first matches, and have my aim right on point. So the first thing that you want to do is put the map on Genesis, because that's probably the smallest map and one of the easiest maps to do this on. So now you want to put it on free-for-all because, I mean, you could do free-for-all or team deathmatch, but I always do free-for-all because everybody's just running around, all the bots are, and I don't have a bunch of people coming at me. Third, you want to put it on unlimited time and unlimited score. You could also put it on like a certain amount of time if you want to time yourself on this. It doesn't really matter. What I normally do is I just play until I feel good and I feel like I have done enough to where I'm aiming fine and I think I can do fine in the next game. So you can put it on unlimited time and unlimited score if you want, and then play to a certain point, or just put it on 10 minutes or 100 kills or whatever you guys want. That's just your preference basically. Now you want to put it on health at 150, so you get those extra bullets and make sure that you're staying on target the whole entire time you're shooting your bullets. I don't put it at 200 because I don't think that's just overkill, but I always put my health on 150 just so you can get those extra bullets and make sure that you're aiming perfectly basically the whole time. You want to stay on that person until you kill him. Next, you want to put health regeneration on fast, because basically the same thing as putting the health on 150. You just want to make sure that you stay on that person and have your bullets hitting those people, or the bots, I guess you'd say. You want to make sure that you're hitting all your bullets. Now you want to put radar always on, because I basically just do that so I can know where everyone is and just I can just know where to go. You could also turn it off, but that's what I always do. Is I always do it just so I can know where the enemies are and I can go to that area. Alright, last you want to put all the bots, as many bots as you can on the map Genesis, which is 11. if you're playing free-for-all. You want to put as many bots as you can so you can have just ultimate or unlimited targets everywhere. You want to put the bots at 11 and put them on, I would normally put them on regular or hardened, because if you put it on recruit, it's basically just shooting dummies. I mean, you have no reason to be jump shotting or anything because they're never going to kill you basically if you put it on recruit. So I always put it on regular or hardened just so I have a little bit of a challenge, just so it just feels more like a regular game. The only thing that I'm really going to say about class setups is just use guns that you're going to use online. Like any class setups that you have and that you're getting ready to use online or in a multiplayer match, just use those guns in that exact class setup, because you want to be good with that gun, not a different sight or anything like that. Just use that exact setup that you're getting ready to use. Also, make sure you run scavenger so you can use the same gun and not have to run out of bullets and pick up a bot's gun or anything like that, because it is at 150 health, so you're going to use much more bullets than what you think, than what you realize. So just run scavenger on those classes and guns that you enjoy using and are going to use. So what I normally do is I normally make a class setup also for guns that are just a little bit harder to use and a little bit harder to handle the recoil on. So whenever I start hitting my guns or hitting my shots with like an MV4 or a K-bar or anything like that, which have like mostly no recoil, then I move to guns that have recoil and I can try and control those guns better. Also, once you start hitting all the shots that you want to hit and you feel really good on target, get to a spot on the map where there's a lot of long range shots, because you want to be able to shoot from long range, not just short distances. So you want to be able to get in a spot on the map, or maybe even switch the map if you want, but get on a spot on the map on Genesis where there's a lot of long distance shots that you need to hit, and then once you start hitting those, then you're almost ready to go and ready to jump into the multiplayer. So that's it for my tips and tricks on how to aim better and overall get better at Call of Duty. Please like, comment, subscribe for this, and I will catch y'all later.